Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of the new and improved RV Mobile Power Hour. Some of our older customers may actually remember that we here at RVMP, we used to do this show back in the day. It was not too long ago, but it used to be a bi-weekly live stream that we would stream through a few of our various different channels like LinkedIn and Facebook and things like that. What quickly became very apparent to all of us that were involved with the making of that show was that for this show to have the effect that we wanted it to, doing it in the form of a live stream just wasn't going to be as conducive towards what we wanted to achieve out of the Power Hour. So we decided to take a step back. Hopefully, you can tell, vastly upgraded our recording facilities. So we have better lighting, we got ourselves a fancy backdrop, and we also upgraded our recording equipment as well. Going forward, the Power Hour is going to be, I think, we're planning on doing this as a weekly show, and it's going to be a pre-planned, scripted, and more mapped out experience so that we can get you guys the highest quality content and the highest quality information that we possibly can. So we are extremely excited about the Power Hour and excited to be bringing it back. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the rundown for today's show. So first, we're going to be doing a segment called the Power Drop, and in this segment, that's where we are going to be discussing one of our new product releases, which just hit the RVMP line this past September. And after that, we're going to be moving on to Generator Buzz. That's where we're going to talk a little bit about some of the recent goings-on within RVMP, some recent developments, big things and changes within the company or the RV space in general. And then we're going to wrap it up with On the Road with RVMP. On the Road with RVMP is going to be us going over some customer testimonials and reviews and trying to give feedback wherever is necessary. One other thing to keep in mind, stay tuned. We're going to be giving you guys a little bit of a hint as to what's going to be coming to our new products. So we'll be talking about that in our first segment. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. All right, so as promised, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first segment of today's show. This is going to be the Power Drop, where we discuss our most recent release to the RVMP product line. And in this case today, we're going to be discussing the new 4000E Mini from Flex Power. So this is a extremely big innovation in terms of the onboard generator space. There's so much to talk about with this one, but first, some of you may be familiar with the normal 4000E, which we currently supply to plenty of our OEMs and also some of our end users as well. That's already in and of itself a top-of-the-line product. It was already smaller and lighter than the comparable generators from most of our competitors. That generator was quiet, running around 50 to 55 decibels, and it was a very solid product. We could have easily just left it at that, but we didn't want to do that because at RVMP we're always trying to push the envelope and continue to innovate and move the RV space forward. And so we developed the 4000E Mini, which is a massive upgrade in comparison to the normal 4000E. 4000E Mini, just a few stats about it here. Just like with the original 4000E, this is dual fuel, so it runs on both gas or LP. It's just as quiet with the exact same decibel ratings, and it's also significantly smaller and lighter than the 4000E. The normal 4000E is about 20 pounds heavier and 8 inches longer than this generator right here. So this is obviously a good chunk shorter in length as well as being significantly lighter. This is obviously a massive game changer for our OEMs, first off, because not only does this open up a lot more weight and space on their coaches for them to use however they see fit, but this can also be a massive game changer for our end users as well. A lot of our end users, they look to buy our install or onboard generators to try and install into things like their own trailers or B-vans. And for those, we would usually suggest the 2800E or I. And if you're familiar with that already, you'll think that this looks familiar because it uses the exact same shell. This has the exact same outer body and dimensions of the 2800. So for any of our end users who are looking to get a generator installed into something like a B-van or a trailer, instead of getting the 2800, they can now go with the 4000E Mini, which is the exact same size and exact same shape, but they're going to get way more power and output and flexibility from the generator by going with this option instead. It's also worth noting that even though this generator is significantly smaller and lighter than the normal 4000E, it's actually more powerful. It gives off more wattage on both gas and LP, so it is a huge upgrade in just about every way in comparison to the 4000E normal model. Obviously, as I'm sure you guys can understand, we are extremely excited about the 4000E Mini. We began getting this into the hands of our OEM partners about mid-September when the product launched. In that span of time, we have pretty much across the board gotten it as our main 4,000 watt generator that we are giving to them to install into their coaches that they manufacture. It's currently yet to hit the website of RVMP yet, but that is in the works, so pretty soon you'll be able to go and check out more about it and all the specs and all that at rvmp.co. If you have any interest, you can reach out to our sales team, or you can go to rvmp.co and send us a message there. But obviously, huge game changer, something we're very excited about, and just further evidence to the idea that RVMP is truly dedicated to, pushing the envelope and always trying to be an innovator within the RV generator space. So I mentioned we were going to be teasing some other products that are going to be coming to the RVMP line in the very near future. One of those is the 5500 E-Mini. It is currently undergoing testing. We are making sure everything works properly with that generator and getting all of our ratings and statistics down on it. But that is going to do to the current 5500 model exactly what this Mini did to the original 4000 model. It's going to be a smaller and lighter version of the original 5500, while not sacrificing any of the power. In fact, just like with this generator, it's going to be even more powerful on both gas and LP than the current 5500 is. Like I said, we're currently undergoing testing with the 5500, so that is still in the works, but that is going to be coming in the very near future, and I'm sure we will all keep you posted here at RVMP. Another thing we're looking forward to launching in the near future is our diesel generator, our 3200D. Now, this is, once again, not released and hit market yet. However, we know that our various partners, as well as others, have been chomping at the bit for a diesel option to use as a generator within their coaches, and we are going to try and satisfy that hunger by supplying the diesel generator. But that is once again going to be coming in the future, so keep an eye out for the diesel generator as well. As you can tell, lots to be excited about in terms of new products with RVMP. We continue to try to innovate and push the industry forward. We're feeling really good about everything going on with this process. That's going to wrap it up for Power Drop. We're going to go ahead and move it on to our next. All right, moving on to our next segment. It's going to be Generator Buzz. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on within RVMP within the last month and a half. So covering some things that happened in September, we had a very big presence at various different trade shows around the country. First off, we went to the America's largest RV show, which was hosted in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I actually went to that show myself. It was an absolute blast. Myself and two of our other members of the company, Grant and Brian, we had a great time in Hershey, got to speak to a ton of our satisfied customers about our products, as well as show off the previously mentioned 4000 E-Mini to a bunch of new possible customers. It was also great to show face to our various different OEM partners who were out in the actual RV lot of the event itself. A lot of our OEMs were displaying our generators within the coaches that they had on site. So that was really good for our brand awareness and really good for getting our name in front of some people that might have been at the event that weren't familiar with us before. So huge success. I had 5 or 6 different Philly cheesesteaks over the span of the week that we were there. I'd never really had one before, so they were delicious, and I'm happy that I was able to go to that show. In addition to the Hershey show, we also went to the Elkhart RV show, which was hosted right down the street from where I'm recording this at the Elkhart RV Hall of Fame. And for that one, I was unable to attend. However, we did have, once again, Grant, as well as our customer service leader, Kayla Alt, located at that event. And once again, just like with the Hershey show, great opportunity to meet a lot of our customers, as well as to have great conversations and check in with our various different partners that were also in attendance at the event. So another really good and really fruitful endeavor that we undertook there. And then finally, for the Flex Security side of things, we were actually at the GSX trade show, which was down in New Orleans. That was a good time from all accounts that I've heard. Once again, I wasn't able to make that show, but that was more catered towards showcasing our various different Flex Security products, which is the other side of the RVMP business. There's Flex Power with the generators and such, and then there's Flex Security, which is our high-tech security trailers, as well as our other security products. So I believe we had our Alpha security trailer on display down there, and then we also had our Alpha Flight, which is going to be a security drone that we are currently working on bringing to market. So from everything I've heard, once again, that was another rave success. In addition to all the trade shows we attended, we also made some much needed upgrades to our facilities here in Elkhart. we got our run room officially started out in the warehouse, just a few rooms away from where I'm at. Our run room is where we do all of our PDI. So we have our conveyors that where we either add on the cradles or take off the cradles of the generators that we get shipped in from our manufacturers overseas, and then we do our air testing there, and then they would run through a enclosed space where they would be tested for making sure that everything was working properly. So they'd be hooked up to a microwave and a fan, and they'd be rated and made sure everything was up to snuff. Our setup for that used to be a little rinky-dinky. We had it that way for way too long. So we got the run room built within the middle of our warehouse, got some new conveyors and a whole new setup, which is much more efficient, much more spacious. In addition to the run room, which we got put in here in Elkhart, our Columbus office has also seen expansion as they just put down a lease on a new location in the city of Columbus, not too far from the original office, because they've seen such growth and need for new workers over on that side of the business that they had to expand outward. And we're really excited for that. I'm excited for the company Christmas party to be held in the new location. But overall, it's been a great 2 months for RVMP. Not only have we gotten to go to all these great events, not only have we upgraded our facilities in many different ways, but the company continues to grow and expand. We're getting bigger every single day and bringing on new employees and new members of our team to satisfy the growth. So that's a good problem to have, as any business owner or employee of a good growing business would know. So we are extremely excited and happy with how things have gone, and hopefully it only continues to improve from here. We're going to go ahead and run it into the next segment, but that's going to wrap it up for Generator Buzz. For our last segment of the day, it's going to be On the Road with RVMP, where we are going to look at some of our customer reviews and testimonials and give some feedback or some thanks wherever necessary. If you yourself want to leave a testimonial or a review for us in hopes of it getting on this show, you can leave one either at our products page at rvmp.co, which is our website, or you could also drop us one off of our Shopify page where we do a lot of our selling to end users. Let's go ahead and jump into our first review, which comes from somebody named Tim Pineri. I have just purchased the 5500E generator for my Class A RV. I had an Onan 5500, but decided to try something different. These folks are a class act, all the way from Andy, who sold me the unit, to Nolan, the installer. They have done their research. This unit is very light in weight compared to the Onan. It's half the weight. They sound about the same in decibels as well. Everything in the generator is accessible and plain in sight. The owner's manual is very educational to maintaining your generator. The only thing is the first oil change was kind of hard. You need to heat up the drain plug to loosen it up at first, but it's easier after that. The plug needs improvement. It can easily be lost if you are using an Allen wrench. Nolan suggested using an 8mm Allen socket for a 3/8 ratchet. I have about 70 hours on this unit and it is still going well. Well, thank you, Tim, for the kind review, and I'm sure Andy and Nolan will be pleased to hear that you were satisfied with how they were able to help you out as well. So thank you so much for those kind words, and we're glad that you're enjoying your 5500. It is a great product, and we are extremely proud of it, so we're glad that you're having a good experience. As far as the problems that you had with the drain plug, we are sorry to hear about that. That's not a problem that I'm too familiar with in terms of it being something that's happened with other users of ours. Definitely take Nolan's advice. If you're listening to this as well and you're having the same kind of problem, definitely go with that 8mm Allen socket. Nolan's our head service technician, so he probably has a good grasp on what's the best idea to do with these things, but make sure to take that advice. We do apologize for any of the issues that you have had with the drain plug, and we'll try and address those in-house so that we can make sure that's not a problem that ever persists forward. Next up, we're going to read a review from Andrew S. He says, great value and performance. I run a food truck and I have used a Honda and an Onan generator for years. I'm getting older and having trouble loading my Honda 3000. I sold it and got 2 Honda 2200s. That solved the weight issue, but now it's not enough power. I saw the flex power and I thought I'd give it a try. So far it starts easily. There's plenty of power. It's much lighter than the Honda 3000 with wheels and a handle. It's reasonably quiet, which is very important for us. Can't have a loud generator at my events. Very pleased with the 4500 so far, and I will see how it holds up. Once again, thank you so much for the good review. Andrew is talking about our 4500 IES, which is one of our portable generator models. That is one of our strongest generators that we have for sale, either portable or onboard. So it is a very good product. You can check that out at rvmp.co. We're glad that it was able to solve your issues, and we hope that you continue to have a great experience. Finally, we're going to have one last review before we wrap up today's episode. This is from the initials DC. They say, customer support at its finest. I called 855-HAPPY-RV and explained my needs. They gave me personal service, and I purchased the 4500 IES. It's way smaller and lighter, and I love the telescoping handle on this unit. I have the best portable gen at horse camp. Looking to install 4000i dual fuel on my trailer next. Thanks, RVMP. I am a fan. Thank you very much, DC. That is great to hear. Great words to hear from any of our customers. Always very, very pleased with the 4500 IES. Our customers seem to be. So once again, if you guys have any interest in checking that out, you can find it at rvmp.co, rvmp.co. That's going to wrap it up for this segment of the show. Let's go ahead and move right into the outro. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for the first inaugural episode of the revamped RV Mobile Power Hour. Thank you so much for listening and watching, whether you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, whatever channel you're watching this on. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the show and you'd like to hear more news about RVMP in the future, you can follow the page of the platform you're currently watching on, and make sure to keep an eye out for new releases in the future. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, we're looking to do this once a week. At the latest, we're going to be doing it once every 2 weeks, but once every week towards the end of it is going to be our ideal that we're shooting for. So definitely expect more content from me in our new studio coming very soon. If you want more information about RVMP or some of our other products, you can go to rvmp.co, or you can give 855-HAPPY-RV a call and speak to a representative of the company. If you have any problems with troubleshooting or questions about your generator, we also have a technical service line that you can find at our website to give a call and have assistance. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Hope to see you again soon. And that's going to do it for the RV Mobile Power Hour. Happy camping.